So let's do a whole bunch more angled roads, basically. That's my thinking. It's actually going to mess up the zoning on this avenue a little bit, but it means I can connect them out nicely like this, and like this, and it means the whole thing's just going to look better. So straight through there, out to 10, and to that spot. Out by 10, and to that spot, and out one more time, I think, and to that spot. And it's just going to look better. It's just going to look nicer, I think, to have all of these angled roads. I think it's just going to be more interesting than just following the same grid that we followed the whole time. Because I mentioned earlier in the stream, I kind of took a look at this whole area and was like, I really, really don't want to do just another big grid. I don't want to just do it exactly the same way. Now, this is going to be a big grid, don't get me wrong. It's just at an angle. And when this is all built in, it's just going to look that little bit more interesting, I think. So that's kind of my thinking. That's kind of where I'm at with this. Now, I just want to see if I can maybe get the zoning to be a little bit neater. It doesn't look like that's going to be an option, unfortunately. But that's fine. I mean, these bits still work. This bit, not so much, but whatever. I think that sort of fixed it. This bit in here is a bit messed up, but again, whatever, it's sort of fixed. That actually sort of fixed that area. In here is going to be... Well, this whole thing is going to be kind of permanently messed up, actually. I think that's at a slightly different angle, which has me slightly concerned. But I think it's probably okay. I do know one way I can fix it would be to do that, take this out, and go from there to... Or sorry, from here to there. That'll fix the zoning the whole way along that bit of road. And then, obviously, the highway break is there, so you don't notice that it gets a bit weird. Alright? So, the whole thing's a grid, just at an angle. Alright? It's fancy like that. It's a fancy grid. Let's go another 10 and do one more of these roads. I am probably going to want to do some sort of roads going through all of this, but I like that. I think that's kind of cool. So, let's see if I can maybe border this whole thing. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, because I'd ideally like this to be symmetrical, but well, actually, in saying that, it almost follows this. There's like a line, like this line here almost follows that line in the cliff. So maybe another line? Maybe that's what we do? Go just one further, bring it right up close to the cliff, and that's our way of bordering the cliff. Obviously it gets a bit steep there, and some of the zoning is going to get a bit weird, but I think that kind of works. And if I smooth out some of those areas, it'll work even better. So just smooth all of this out, and then if I redo the... smooth all that out too. But if I redo the placement of the roads, it should actually make it worse. Nice. That's great. That's exactly what I was not going for. That is... Yeah, that has actually just made it worse in a few spots. Okay. I mean, I could use Move It, I suppose. I don't know if I want to use Move It, though. I use Move It for way too much. I really do, but whatever. We'll try this. Ooh. Oh, that's not right. That's not quite what I was going for right there. Let's just redo this bit, because that is, ooh, well, definitely not. So straight to there, and that zoning's okay. This bit's just too steep, basically. I think that's where we're at on this. This bit here is just too steep. I don't think I'm going to be able to do what I want with it. Which is really, it really is a pain, but I think we're just going to have to deal with it. Because I can't really get this perfect, can I? Not without massive amounts of terraforming. And I really don't feel like doing massive amounts of terraforming. I say that. I'm about to do massive amounts of terraforming. Let's just get this over with. Let's just do that. Grab all of these bits. Lower them to there. Grab you and just make that a bit more of a gradual sort of slope. Same with this bit as well. So yeah, that just ever so slightly messes it up massively, but with a massive amount of terraforming, it'll be fixed. See? You hide your crimes with a smoothing brush. Alright, so that's all sorted, and hopefully I can go in here and do that. There you go. I can get my zoning in there, which is perfect. So that should... There you go. That'll give me the zoning exactly the way I want it, and we still sort of have a bit of a mountain. This bit up here, I basically reckon I maybe want to put a road that goes around the base of the mountain, because the idea the entire time has always been that this would be some kind of nature reserve, some kind of tourism area. So that's still what I want this to be. I am going to need a road that comes up here though, and I think we're going to do this right now. So the lighthouse is gone, right? Wait, what? Yeah, get rid of the lighthouse. Lighthouse is gone. Going to clear out some space up here. And we're going to need to figure out some kind of road for this. But what I want to do is a little dirt road up here. And it's just going to be a little 10 by 10 square. All right, so something just like that. I want to level the whole thing. So grab it all and just say that height. That's fine. Doesn't matter. It's going to be made to look right. And I need the observatory. But I'm really, really nervous that I haven't unlocked it. I haven't unlocked it. What do I need? 1,000 abandoned buildings in the city. Okay, I need something else that can go up here, because the observatory... it's not going to happen. We could do like a space shuttle launch site, but that seems like a little bit much. What is this? Software development studio on the top of the hill? Maybe not. I have a mod that would let me unlock the observatory without having to get 1,000 abandoned buildings. What is BT? What? Hall for funeral? Wait, what? Oh, this is part of one of the custom. Okay, that's some custom assets that I have. That's fine. I got really confused for a second. Sea Fortress, obviously not. There's not really much else I can put up here. A city hall? That's actually kind of neat. That's the European theme. Speaking of which, for those that don't know, which the YouTube audience actually won't, I enabled the European theme, and Castletown is now all European-like, which I think looks so much better than what it did before. So it's all European-like, all the old buildings and all that stuff. So that's kind of what that is. Anyway, I guess maybe we try and do some like castle thing up there. Department store. Just put a Tesco up there, basically. Shopping center. Yeah, there you go. We could do, you know, the London Eye. We could do the Chirpex launch site. I think I might just do like a little... I mean, it's a city hall, right? It's maybe a little bit much, but I think I could make that work. The roads would probably have to change, but I think I could make that work. And then turn this into like quite a nice like nature reserve. So this road here, you'd be out camping, and then there's just gonna be like a parade of vehicles going by. Look at you can just see the planes in the background as well. That's ridiculous. I kind of like this idea. I kind of don't. That's my thing right now. I'm not sure if this is like too much for the nature reserve, because it was supposed to be one, and it is supposed to be one. But the castle does look kind of awesome up here. So I'm really, really torn on this. I'm really torn on this. I think we're going to turn this into normal roads just to get an idea of what this will look like. So something like that. And then... I mean, maybe just a windy road the whole way down the mountain. I think we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna turn off straight slope as well so it doesn't mess with the mountain. So that just sort of winds down the mountain like that. And I guess I could put fences on it. Oh! I can put some nice props in here as well. I really don't know about this. That's also really, really steep. Can you imagine trying to drive up this whole thing? I mean, the Sims and City Skylines, I'll have no problem with it, but I don't know. I think I can make this work. I'm seeing a few people in Twitch chat say turn it around. We could, I suppose. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better actually. I don't like this road, but it technically needs a connection. Right? It does technically need a connection, otherwise vehicles can't get up here. And I'd need to put all the service vehicles up here. We could do a tunnel. We could cheat. That's actually an option, and I think I might do that. I think I am going to cheat. Because we could just do a tunnel that goes, 12 units out and underground. So, well, that's not a tunnel at all. Hello? Fix, please? Yeah, we could do a tunnel. And then have it sort of emerge down here somewhere. And then sort of hide this entrance. That is technically an option, I suppose. Because that'll let the vehicles get up here without too much issue. It's obviously a little bit unrealistic, but I think I might do that. I'm seeing a lot of people saying zigzag it down the mountain, but in Cities Skylines, zigzagging doesn't work. I'll sort of, well, it does, but I'll demonstrate my issue with zigzagging. So you kind of like, you want to go like straight across a little bit, and then you kind of need to like curve it around and curve it back, and then you kind of just gradually end up with like that, right? Obviously the whole thing needs raised up. It was sunken down to begin with, but if I raise it up, you end up with like that kind of thing, like the cutaways and all that stuff. It doesn't really work. So it just, yeah. Zigzagging is a great idea. It just doesn't, it looks worse than I think it looks worse than a straight road sort of curving down here would. I could smooth it as well, but I honestly think it would look worse. I'm thinking maybe we will go with the tunnel, but then limit it to service vehicles only, and then if people want to get up here, they have to take a cable car. Because I can hide the tunnel. That's kind of the idea. I can hide the tunnel with rocks and trees and all that stuff. Let me just try this. Let me just try like what is the mountain curves? The mountain curves that way, right? So the mountain curves to here. Then it sort of curves that way. So this is going to have the road be a little bit less steep because it is cutting across the mountain rather than like, trying to go straight down. Now that does look terrible. All right. We're going to go back to the drawing board on this. The one rule is I want this up here. I want this up here. I think the palace at the top of the hill is actually going to look really cool. So I think that's a thing we're going to do. Palace at the top of the hill 100%. Seeing a few people saying it wouldn't be paved as nicely, I think it would be at the top at least. And then it would maybe transition into a dirt road. I think that's the way that would maybe work. It would be it'd be paved at the top. And then that bit can say grass right there. This could actually be one way as well. Sort of going around this way. There's no reason. It's a very small road. There's not really any major benefits to this, but it works. It just keeps the traffic flowing around it in exactly the right way. I think we will just bite the bullet and go with the sort of a little spirally road down the mountain in dirt. So something like that. And I think if I put the right trees in there, I think that'll look okay. So oh, this bit's not right. Hold on, that needs to be fixed. That I actually want to be a little bit more precise. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. But that's better. So yeah, we'll do that kind of thing. I can put more trees around it. It will look better, but that's going to be our connection to the palace, right? So we'll do that. The road across here, I mean, it's gonna... Oh, it should be paved, though. It leads to a palace. And it's gonna connect to a city road as well. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be really tricky. We'll get back to that, though, because we need some roads in here. So, let's see. Let me turn off guidelines real quick, because I need this to be at the right angle. And do that, and do that. So now this road is parallel to that road, which is exactly what we need. And then this road, I don't know where it's actually going to connect. Probably under here somewhere. I might actually have to do a four-way sort of intersection here. This road's actually not too busy anyway, so that's probably all right. Let's bring that out. Let's go to that spot. Bring this in just a little bit. Turn off the guidelines real quick, just because I want it to go precisely there. Bring you to there, and then I think we can just get a nice curve right there. So now that road's parallel to there, that road's parallel to there, and that gives us some space in here to work with. Now this, I think, is going to go straight down to... I think it is going to go straight down to here. I'm going to need to figure it out, though. You know what? I'm actually tempted to have it just cut the entire way through this district. Because I feel like that would look kind of interesting. So I am going to do that. I'm just going to have this road cut the entire way through the district. Straight down to, there. Which is going to mean this road needs moved, which I don't really want to do, but whatever. So do that, I guess. Oh, that's an intersection and a half right there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that bottom part can be like a park or something. Let's... You know what? Let's just say that bottom part, like this area in here, just gonna be a park of some sort. That's what it's gonna have to be. So yeah, that can just be some kind of park. We still get the angled zoning, but this connects like right down quite nicely. There's a bit of a slope there, but that's all right. Yeah, that's probably fine. Could maybe just tweak that slightly, give it a nice little smooth slope there. So straight slope, and boom. That's a bit better. That didn't just totally mess this up, did it? Only slightly. Only slightly. I can smooth that, it's fine. Totally realistic. Having it all smoothed. There we go. Alright. So this is weird looking. This is very, very weird looking, actually. I probably should have done like a smooth slope type thing on this as well, but... Oh, that's not right. Can I get rid of you? And say... Go there. And go there. So yeah, that cuts down kind of well. I actually like that. I like the idea of it cutting through. Because what I can actually do is... I can come over here now and say... no. Giving me guidelines off. Come over here and go like this. And we can actually do more of the angled roads as well. Which I think is pretty cool. I really like the angled roads. So I'm actually quite happy that I can do a few more of those. This one can actually go there. And technically, can just keep going on these. So we can get one more right there. Maybe another one? How low is... Oh, that highway is very low. That's going to have to be changed. But we can continue the angled roads the entire way up. If we really want to. Which I'm going to try, I think. I just think it's going to look... It is just going to look more interesting. This is probably going to have to become a tunnel. That is probably going to have to become a tunnel. That's going to be awkward. That's going to be really awkward. Even that bit's a bit low. Now, this bit's fine, but I think maybe something like that instead. So this road can go straight through. You aren't needed. Maybe that entire bit does just get cut out. Yeah, I think that entire bit might need to just be cut out. Hold on, let me try a road guidelines real quick. I want to go there. Because I kind of want this road to go along the back of there. So chop all this out just for a second. Bear with me. I know what I'm doing, all right? I know it doesn't look like it. I know people often think I have no idea how to play this game. But believe me, there's no one, and this is a true sentence, there ain't no one quite does city building like me. Think about it. I'm not bragging. That is true. I build cities my way, and ain't no one taking that away from me. Why is this constantly going to the underground view? It's really bugging me. I'm also desperately trying to get the zoning to line up properly on this. But that right there might be the best way to sort of do that. So that, I mean, it gives us the angles still. It gives us the diagonal stuff, but it also means that we don't have to change this highway, which I have no problem with doing. It's just a little easier if I don't have to do it. Just raise that up slightly, and then this bit over here can just be sort of continued to maybe that spot. I mean, I could sort of continue this indefinitely, really, but I think this bit over here can maybe just be a park, or maybe that could just continue to there, get some zoning on it. It's a bit messy. Like, it's really quite messy, but I think that's going to look good when there's buildings in there. It also fills up the entire space, which is really exactly what we want. So there we go. That entire space has been filled up. This in here we can do something with. This might have to be like sort of a little bit of a messier area, but we'll figure that out. But we can zone all of this, which is exactly what we're going for. I'm also thinking we could totally do like a tunnel here, right? So bring this, let me get these guidelines going. Bring this up to here, then go tunnel mode to there, right? Now, it all kind of needs to be level. That's one rule here. So that needs to be that height. That needs to be that height. You need to be that height, right? Now, obviously, it cuts into the mountain. We'll fix that. But what I'm thinking is that could potentially cut across and connect to this. Straight underneath the mountain. Like, I don't know how much sense that makes. It's quite a depth to dig through for a tunnel. And it might ever so slightly invalidate... What is going on? When did that get bulldozed? It might ever so slightly invalidate the... It might ever so slightly invalidate the need for a highway around here. Which, by the way, YouTube audience, I built a highway? I forgot to mention I built all this. I should have probably mentioned that a while ago. It's been a... Alright, it's been a time since I last intentionally recorded a video. I say intentionally like I've accidentally recorded a video sometimes. That doesn't happen. It's just... Alright, I've been doing other things. That's my excuse, alright? That's my excuse. I'm gonna do this tunnel. I'm going for the tunnel. It's fine. We can smooth all this out a little bit and just make it work. As for realism, I realize I on occasion mention the idea of things being realistic or... Why are you doing that? Realistic or unrealistic? Why? Why would you... Okay. Cities, I don't know what you're doing to me, but you're doing something. I realize very little of this city has been realistic. It really, really, very little has actually been realistic. What is that? Okay. Okay. Can I do that? Sure. Sure. That's beautiful is what that is. That's just gorgeous. We can fix this. We can fix this. It's because the tunnel is moving up with the mountain, right? That's the issue. It's not actually like going underground or anything. So if I just grab all of this and then say all be that height, suddenly the tunnel's at the same, like that. Don't worry about that. I know you're going to be looking at that and going, what have you done? But these roads are actually at very similar heights. It's just that the road is trying to conform to the terrain, which we don't want it doing. So there you go. Suddenly, okay, all right. You know what? All right. Yeah, you don't need to do that either. You just be that height. Okay, maybe not quite that height, but you get the idea. Cities, can you stop being awkward? All right. Just get this out of here, right? Oh, this isn't gonna work. This is gonna give me those weird tunnel entrances again, isn't it? Oh, it didn't. There you go. It's not unrealistic at all. It's actually quite a smooth. That's probably the smoothest road in the entire city. Probably is as well. That is probably the most well-kept road in the entire city. So suddenly we have a tunnel that goes under there. We can smooth all this out, make it look all nice. And, you know, it's actually nice, all right? There you go. So people can use that. They can do what they want with it. I need to connect this all to the avenues a little bit more, don't I? So this right here, I actually really wish I had the 4-lane roads from network extensions right now. That'd be great. That'd make my life so much easier. But alas, here we are. Right. Straight through there, perhaps? That seems like it's going to be a nightmare. Let's not do that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to work with. That's going to be a nightmare to work with. I'm seeing a couple of people saying that we could do toll booths for this tunnel. That is a fantastic idea. That is actually something I actually genuinely want to do that. I don't remember what toll booths are. Are they in here? There they are. So this is a 2-way large toll booth. Boom. I just like the idea. I genuinely do. So now if you want to use the tunnel, toll booth. It also probably could, I probably could get away with a smaller one. 2-way toll booth, yeah. I have a feeling it's not going to be busy enough to warrant much more than that. So that's fine. We can put some paths along it so people can walk through the tunnel if they want to, because obviously they might want to. It's City Skylines. There's actually a solid chance they might want to walk through there. I don't understand it, but I don't know. Is tunnel spotting a thing? We've talked about train spotting on a stream in a video one time. I'm sure tunnel spotting's a thing. So yeah, there you go. You can you pay the toll to go through there and do whatever. I'm actually going to move the toll booth to the entrance of the tunnel just to make sure that I don't accidentally zone anything on one side of it. So boom. All right, that looks all right. People can pay to go through there. You don't have power. That's fine. I'm still not sure how I'm going to connect this. Actually, what if we connected it, like, over... Hold on, is that... That does go straight through. What if we connected it here? Right? So what if we... Is this the point I'm looking for? Yeah, what if we did that? Now, bear with me. I know it's very steep. Very, very steep. But we do this nice little road here. All right? And then we start kind of free-forming it kind of up the hill a little bit. So it comes over like this, so it almost conforms to the hill. And then it gradually just like comes around, goes to there, and goes like that, right? It's obvious it cuts into the hill a little bit, but we can smooth that out. And yeah, this bit of the hill's being cut out, and I said I didn't want the cutouts in the hill at all, but probably the easiest solution we're going to have. And also, I realize how much I hate having road transitions on slopes because they look terrible. That might be our best bet there. Now, obviously, again, very steep, almost vertical, arguably. Almost vertical, but that's probably all right. I'm sure whoever lives in the palace has a vehicle that can get up there. They'll have like one of those 6-wheel Mercedes vehicles and live up there. They'll have one of those. That's a requirement for living in this palace. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna smooth this out a little bit. And then I'll put some rocks and put some trees on this. It'll look decent. My idea and the reason for doing this connection here is I can almost treat this like a sort of luxurious entrance. In fact, we have a... Oh, have we used it? Isn't there there's an archway. I think there's like a decorative like archway thing that we can put on that road. I just don't know where it is. Is it a unique building? Have I used it? I've used it in the Eurotown. I absolutely have. Maxa7460, thank you very much for that. That's completely true. So I want to go to move it. I want to grab you and copy it and then paste it. And then I can grab you and move you into place. So yeah, you can duplicate things and move it. This is something we learned on the on a recent stream. So then, boom. So we've now got 2 of these, which is technically a unique building, right? Yeah, it is. But we have 2 of them. So this now marks the entrance to this like luxurious area, which is fantastic as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that leads up to there, and that'll be great. Let's give these guys some water. Let's get some water in here because they're absolutely going to need it. So I want to go straight down the middle to begin with, and I want to go straight. You know what? I'm actually just going to go straight off the sides of these and connect it like that. I'm going to connect it for every other road. That way there's pretty good water coverage, and by pretty good I mean exactly the right amount of water coverage for this area. And we can do the same going down this way. So down to about there, down to about there. I want to try and get these lined up as well so I can connect them in a really nice way, which I totally can. All right, and then straight into there. And now this whole area has some water, which is, again, I realize I lay my metro lines out like water pipes, don't I? Just looking at the layout here, it's exactly like water pipes for the metro. I know this isn't metro. I'm making a point. My metro often ends up laid out exactly like water pipes, all straight edges and angles and no curves. So that's apparently a thing. Anyway, they'll all have water. These guys, or this up here, is going to need some as well. So straight out to there. And straight down to here. And that'll give them water. Now for the palace up here, I mean, that's an easy one. That just goes straight down the hill. I wouldn't want to be the guy that has to put the water pipes up to the palace. Imagine actually trying to dig all that up to put the pipes in. That would be... They'd probably just do them above ground. Well, it's a palace. If it was anything other than a palace, they would do them above ground, I'd imagine. Because that would be... Well, actually, they wouldn't pump water to the top of a mountain, would they? Can you imagine the amount of pressure they'd need to use to pump water up a literal mountain? For one building? That would be... Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Again, unless it was a palace, which in this case, it is. Right. I want to check a couple of things here. I want to see if I can get the zoning in these roads to be exact again. Because for some reason, it's gotten weird in a couple of spots. Like here, it's kind of off a little bit. So just come off the avenues again. This one here is not even right. And then that's right. Take you out of there. And then... Yeah, that one's not wrong. Well, that's a problem. I guess it's because there's a road connection there, but that is... Yeah, alright then. This side seems fine. This bit's messed up, but that's just the slope doing that, I think. I wonder, could I fix that if we just lower it a little bit and then redo the placement? No? Okay. All right. Road connections on this are going to be... It's going to be interesting having all of this zoned. As for what it's going to be zoned with, I'm actually really tempted to do... I kind of want to do offices in here. I think what I'm going to do is an IT cluster pretty much in this gap here. So this is going to be like a huge IT cluster, like a big long stretch of just super tall buildings. I think that'll look quite cool. So that's what that'll be. That'll just be a big stretch of super tall buildings. It'll look all right. In terms of public transport around here, I realize I haven't done that yet. Should be kind of easy though. It's all a big grid, just angled. That's that's literally like the quirky part of this district. It's like, oh, we took the city and we did that with it. That's the quirky part here. Tell you what, all of the angled buildings are going to be residential. Every single one of them. Every single building at an angle, residential. And there's a reason for that. You'll see that in a second. So all of the angled buildings, residential. Because we're left with some space on the avenues, which can then be commercial. So we'll have a mix of commercial and residential in here, which is going to be a nightmare for traffic. Absolutely going to be a nightmare for traffic. But it just gives us that little bit of space for that little bit of commercial zoning. Now that's technically supposed to be residential there. I don't know why the zoning on these roads has gotten so weird. Might actually have these be... Well, they wouldn't be parks, would they? Let's just do residential again. And commercial along those bits. There we go. So all of these, commercial as well. And I'm thinking in here too. I'm thinking in here is just going to be commercial all the way around. So yeah, mostly residential with a whole bunch of commercial surrounding it. This in here is going to be a park of some sort. That's commercial as well. That could be commercial. That could maybe be a park. Maybe do a little park there as well. That'll be fine. So yeah, that'll be all right, I think. I'm excited to see that build, but I want to do Metro first because I am seeing someone in chat mentioning it, and it is true. Buses are going to be a little bit of, a nightmare for this. They're going to be complicated. They're going to be horrible. So Metro's the way to go. I've actually got these tiny little metro stations as well that I really want to use. I wish they'd rotate though, because that would let me put like a... See, like this, right? It's technically 4 little entrances and it looks awesome. Or that. Like, we can do ridiculous things with these little metro stations. I wish this one would, like, rotate. Oh, it does. I could do that. Ooh. Alright. We could do some cool stuff with that. Do, like, that with it. I don't know what that would connect to, but that's kind of neat. I actually really like that. Put it in the middle of nowhere. That's an option. Yeah, I might do this. I might do this. The zoning on that road's a bit weird though. I wonder if I can fix that first just to not completely mess it up. So grab you and go like that. Let's grab you and go like that. There we go. So that fixed the zoning slightly. That is still kind of messed up though. But I think I might do this. Because place that and suddenly you've got like these 2 little weird metro stations. I don't know if they're both going to be used. So you know what? I'm not going to overcomplicate things. We'll just stick with this. So this can go... I guess I could put it at the end of the road. I'll not. I'll put it down here a little bit. So it's kind of at the corner of the park. I'll put one in here somewhere, I think, like there. And then maybe up this road a little bit. So maybe this is like the connection in. Oh, I don't know what way this is going to work, actually. I think we're going to want a metro station up here, though. I do think we're going to want one of these. Let's do it here. Just a little bit down from it. That's fine. Maybe this does just like loop around and go up that road. That could work, I suppose. So a station there as well. And then a station near the corner, perhaps? No. That's fine. So metro station of the park goes to here, goes down, up to there, up to there. This one could actually be moved back a little bit because it'll let me actually do a curve, which I know it's unheard of, me doing curves in metro stations. It's like the end of the world. Do that, do that. So that can come in, sort of loop around, go up that way, and we'll throw one sort of towards that corner. All right. Then on the way back, I think I don't necessarily want it to be a separate loop. So maybe we could use this station and this station. I don't want to use those ones over there though. So then I think it will break off at that point. Start coming down this side. So something kind of like that, right? So it'll loop around the entire area. It will share some connections up there. I think we will maybe have like a little branch off that maybe goes from this station to that one, or from that station to that one. Yeah, I think we'll go from this station to that one, back to that line, because then I can actually have a little branch off with the blue line there, which I think will be really good. So let's see if I can get me road guidelines, which they are on. All right. So let's see if we can do something kind of interesting here. I'm hoping that we can. This can come out, this can come out, and this can go... let me see. Something like this. Yeah, that's a beautiful curve for a train. I'd love to be on that, especially standing. Yeah. That's one of those curves in a train that you just wish... Oh, I wish I couldn't find a seat right now. I just wish I couldn't find a seat on this train, because that curve right there was a good one. That's what one of those is. Right. Oh no, that needs to take like a right angle almost. That's a bit much. Let's bring this out. Let's curve it that way. And sort of bring it in. So something kind of like that, right? So that's going to come out, share these two stops. And towards the end of that line, I want to go like that. I don't actually know if that connected at all. Yeah, there you go. So that can branch off of there, come to these stops, and pretty much continue on its way. So now we have our loop, which is perfect. But what I want to do is I want to go to here. And I'm going to try and do something like... maybe I need to go to there instead. I want to try and do something like this, right? So that's going to come off of there and go like that. Now, obviously, it's a bit messy. I know it's messy. There's not a lot I'm going to do about that. It just doesn't matter. But the idea, at least, is... let's see. Can I do that? The idea is that this blue line can actually go to this station and then cut back across to go to this next station, right? So the blue train line, or the blue metro line, is going to help service this area just a little bit, which is actually something we've done before. We did that at the university. The blue line actually cuts straight across into the university, then goes on its way. So the blue line is actually winding up being quite a useful one. So it's going to go out there, which is obviously going to cause, you know, a little bit of added traffic. I know it doesn't look too good, but that I think is going to work.